What is it like when you're in the typhoon and suddenly you're in the eye, when you step into the center?
I've experienced this many, many times, and it never grows old. It is one of the most surreal, almost spiritual, humbling experiences. It's almost like, how is nature capable of these contrasts? So to get into the eye of the storm, you have to go through the worst of the storm. You have to go through those, 150 plus kilometer an hour winds. You have to go through, the flying debris, the flooding rains, just the chaos of the storm. And then you get in the eye. And no two eyes are the same, but you get into the eye and it's dead calm. There's lots of confused bugs and birds come out. There's dragonflies flying around. It's hot, it's dry. And this is all in the space of like about 10 minutes. So you go from hell on earth to like this bliss, peaceful calm in 10, 15 minutes. And it's like, wow, you get to have a break.
Is it really like you see all around you the kind of where the storm is, and you are kind of in this safe zone, and you see the next part of the storm coming in and you're in for a second round?
In the strongest, highest echelon storms, that is what it is like. It's rare. So most storms, once they start interacting with land, the eye, we call it fills in. So you get some kind of lower level clouds start mixing around inside, and it kind of blocks the view. But if you're on a tropical island or somewhere, quite flat down south, and it's a very strong storm making landfall and it can maintain that structure as it's crossing the coast, you'll be looking up at blue sky and a wall of clouds towering up to 50,000 feet surrounding you like a stadium. And they call that the stadium effect, because it's like being in the middle of the football pitch or baseball stadium or whatever, and you just look around and it's all the stands just surrounding you. And I think as a storm chaser, just on a purely personal level, that's kind of like the holy grail of like shots. I think that's all secretly what we're all hoping to achieve. I have seen it once, but it was a little bit messy. I haven't had that pure blue sky experience.
It must be quite a scary moment too, right? You suddenly have some relief, but you're like, it's not over, right? It's like a fake moment of relief where you're like, well, there's still the second half of it coming.
That's a point which a lot of people who have never been through a storm forget. The storm is not over. You're only halfway through. You got the back end of it to come through, and the calm slowly starts building up again, and then within a few minutes you're back in the peak violence of the storm. There's been storms down in the Okinawa, which I've filmed before, and they're making announcements, emergency announcements in the eye, going, the storm isn't over, this isn't the end, the violent weather will return. Just be aware of that. So it's interesting, and it can catch people off guard.